We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. No other planet in the solar system is a suitable home for human beings. It's this world or nothing. That's a very powerful perception. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. A dramatist is one who believes that the pure event, an action involving human beings, is more arresting than any comment that can be made upon it. Find a beautiful piece of art. If you fall in love with Van Gogh or Matisse or John Oliver Killens, or if you fall in love with the music of Coltrane, the music of Aretha Franklin, or the music of Chopin, find some beautiful art and admire it, and realize that that was created by human beings just like you, no more human, no less. I don't think human beings learn anything without desperation. Desperation is a necessary ingredient to learning anything or creating anything. Period. If you ain't desperate at some point, you ain't interesting. My personal opinion, Suni Williams, I think that when we really leave the planet, we all go as humans, not as people from one country or another. We are humans, we work together. This is our only planet as human beings that we know of, so we all should have an interest in preserving it. One of the peculiar sins of the 20th century which we've developed to a very high level is the sin of credulity. It has been said that when human beings stop believing in God they believe in nothing. The truth is much worse, they believe in anything. Our problems are man-made, therefore they may be solved by man. And man can be as big as he wants. No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings. All human beings deserve equal treatment, no matter their gender identity or sexuality. The one thing that unites all human beings, regardless of age, gender, religion, or ethnic background, is that we all believe we are above-average drivers. Wherever they burn books they will also, in the end, burn human beings. We're all human beings, in the end, despite our differences. The scariest monsters are human beings and what we will do to each other. No man really knows about other human beings. The best he can do is to suppose that they are like himself. The most shocking fact about war is that its victims and its instruments are individual human beings, and that these individual beings are condemned by the monstrous conventions of politics to murder or be murdered in quarrels not their own. We are human beings, at the end of the day. Success and failure are a part and parcel of our life. A rat race is for rats. We're not rats, we're human beings. Reject the insidious pressures in society that would blunt your critical faculties to all that is happening around you. That would caution silence in the face of injustice lest you jeopardize your chances of promotion and self-advancement. Elegance is usually confused with superficiality, fashion, lack of depth. This is a serious mistake. Human beings need to have elegance in their actions and in their posture because this word is synonymous with good taste, amiability, equilibrium and harmony. People complain not because something sucks. People complain because they're looking for empathy and to feel connected with those around them. Unfortunately, complaining is maybe the least useful way to connect with other human beings. I have found little that is good about human beings on the whole. In my experience most of them are trash, no matter whether they publicly subscribe to this or that ethical doctrine or to none at all. That is something that you cannot say aloud, or perhaps even think. Truth is, I'll never know all there is to know about you just as you will never know all there is to know about me. Humans are by nature too complicated to be understood fully. So, we can choose either to approach our fellow human beings with suspicion or to approach them with an open mind, a dash of optimism and a great deal of candor. Since boredom advances and boredom is the root of all evil, no wonder, then, that the world goes backwards, that evil spreads. This can be traced back to the very beginning of the world. The gods were bored, therefore they created human beings. All human beings are also dream beings. Dreaming ties all mankind together. As pessimistic as I am about the nature of human beings and our capacity for atrocity and malevolence and betrayal and laziness and inertia, and all those things, I think we can transcend all that and set things straight. The only way human beings can win a war is to prevent it. As human beings we do change, grow, adapt, perhaps even learn and become wiser. The first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. Human beings must be known to be loved, but divine beings must be loved to be known. Sooner or later, we will have to recognize that the earth has rights, 2. To live without pollution. What mankind must know is that human beings cannot live without Mother Earth, but the planet can live without humans. I believe, as human beings, we sometimes indulge in self-pity more than it's necessary. Over my life's journey, I have realized that overthinking about your problems and indulging in self-pity is not the answer to get through tough times. No institution can possibly survive if it needs geniuses or supermen to manage it. It must be organized in such a way as to be able to get along under a leadership composed of average human beings. Jails and prisons are designed to break human beings, to convert the population into specimens in a zoo, obedient to our keepers, but dangerous to each other. Dogs are better than human beings because they know but do not tell. Joy, rather than happiness, is the goal of life, for joy is the emotion which accompanies our fulfilling our natures as human beings. It is based on the experience of one's identity as a being of worth and dignity. I hope that someday the practice of producing cowpox in human beings will spread over the world. When that day comes, there will be no more smallpox. We should all consider each other as human beings, and we should respect each other. Human beings, who are almost unique in having the ability to learn from the experience of others, are also remarkable for their apparent disinclination to do so. Human beings will be happier, not when they cure cancer or get to Mars or eliminate racial prejudice or flush Lake Erie, but when they find ways to inhabit primitive communities again. That's my utopia. Each day has a story deserves to be told, because we are made of stories. I mean, scientists say that human beings are made of atoms, but a little bird told me that we are also made of stories. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. No man has received from nature the right to command his fellow human beings. The great gift of human beings is that we have the power of empathy. There's only one true superpower amongst human beings, and that is being funny. People treat you differently if you can make them laugh. Nature doesn't need people, people need nature. Nature would survive the extinction of the human being and go on just fine, but human culture, human beings, cannot survive without nature. We may have found a cure for most evils, but we have found no remedy for the worst of them all, the apathy of human beings. Love other human beings as you would love yourself. Beliefs have the power to create and the power to destroy. Human beings have the awesome ability to take any experience of their lives and create a meaning that disempowers them or one that can literally save their lives. It is in the admission of ignorance and the admission of uncertainty that there is a hope for the continuous motion of human beings in some direction that doesn't get confined, permanently blocked, as it has so many times before in various periods in the history of man. Just as despair can come to one only from other human beings, hope, too, can be given to one only by other human beings. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.